first exercise is the main thing that everybody's been stressing to us is storytelling. You know, everywhere, that's all we're being bombarded with. Get your students to learn storytelling. So we're really going to try to stress that this year, and get some, hopefully try to get the creative writing department involved to tell us how to do a good story. But for you right now, we're going to do a quick exercise. As you're the editor, and we're going to need for you to really get the whole elements of a good story down pat for when you get, especially you if you're an op-ed and you got some of the creative writers under you. So we're going to do a quick exercise. You're going to do the autobiography of this piece of paper, specifically this lease agreement. You're going to work your way back from being a lease agreement coming from a tree. So eventually, it was a tree at one point, right? And somehow it ended up a lease agreement. So you're going to tell us that story backwards.
Okay.
So make sure you have, keep in mind setting, character, plot, backstory, and detail. So you have 5-minute time frame. You can stop before then, but take about a few seconds to gather your thoughts.
Can I have a piece of paper?
And tell us the story of the lease agreement. Ready?
Okay. This is so weird. Okay, so these papers for an apartment for a college student, but as we go back through time, we see that the paper was made by individuals who never went to college, who actually don't have a home, who call home the streets or the slums in the third world country that they live in. That or China, which is actually where probably paper was invented. We see that this lease paper is by a minority student, which again is, I guess a first, well not so much now, but was a few years ago, probably when this paper was made, because paper apparently lasts a long time and sits in shelves, sits in stores, sits in various places, and so do the dreams of many people, such as the people who made this paper. Not similar to the individual who is signing this, because they are a college student and will probably progress higher than the individual who made this paper, and this paper is from a country that is also advancing rapidly. They're gonna probably outdo the US in a span of 20-30 years, which I'm sure nobody will be surprised. That's all I can think of right now. I'm just signing the paper to its origins and the individuals who have come in contact with it and what it represents.
Okay. Thank you. We'll get started with our standard interview. What innovations do you have planned for the op-ed section?
I would say get it off the ground, because we don't really have one. We have like contributions, but not in the sellers department. So as far as innovations, get it off the ground. Give the writers a creative touch by helping them with story ideas or just developing content. I wouldn't really go outside my boundaries, because I don't really see how you implement a video into something like this. I'm sure there is a way, but I just haven't really taken the time to look into that, because I don't see how that connects into this. So as far as going into the route that traditional media is going into this whole new multi-platform, I'm open to it, but I'm gonna start off the ground slowly before I move into something like that, because I don't even think we're ready for that. So yeah, I'm working with what I got.
Okay, why do you want to be a journalist?
Why I want to be a journalist? Well, the reason I got into this is because of sports. It's always helped me stay connected to the game, but now I'm venturing into other tasks, which have caught my interest, because outside of sports, I also like history, politics, and stuff like that. So I am venturing into other things which are opening new doors. So why I want to get into journalism, because from what I've seen and what I've experienced, it's opened a lot of doors, and I can only imagine what's in the future.
Suppose that everybody just, stops doing their work, stops doing what they're supposed to do. How will you handle that?
I seriously doubt we have that kind of people, and if we did, I wouldn't want to assign with something quite important. But if that were to happen, I'd emphasize the rules, emphasize the deadlines, emphasize the standards, because this new system we're implementing about letters of recommendation, that proves to be vital to college students who are seeking applications, who are seeking jobs, who are seeking opportunities to advance, and without the proper letters of recommendation or sources to show your work and show what you've accomplished, I think that scares not just journalists but anybody in general, because you want to be known as somebody who works. So just bringing that up would be probably my first instinct. Just to mention that it's hard to get ahead in life or in this career without doing what you're supposed to do, so might as well do it.
Explain how you branded yourself.
That's as a sports head. That's basically because that's all I know. Well, not all I know, but what I like to kind of do, or love to do rather. I've labeled myself as someone who just loves soccer and just works hard and does what he has to do, if not more.
Okay, what are your goals for this semester as a editor?
Get the department off the ground. Hopefully get more people than just what we have right now. Training. See what scholarships are out there. I really want, I guess, my department to be strong, because Elgato in itself is strong, but I think that I can help to take the opinion department up there, because Andres and Erica, I wish they would have came on the trips with us. I wish they would have seen what we've seen, because I'm sure that would have inspired them like it has inspired me.
Anything else, Ira?
Well, just give us an example when you worked in a team to solve a problem.
Recently, I have a new job, and there was a trailer full of lockers that tipped over. So between all of us, we just kind of shifted around and picked up lockers with forklifts and just tried to get everything off the ground. That kind of explains my blisters here and stuff. So yeah.
Alrighty then. Hopefully you can call Paul in for us in ASUS this holiday.